Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when
all right, as always, Dolphins number one, baby!
So fins up to all you guys. Thank you for
I just want everybody to remember, we may not always agree on everything Miami Dolphins, but there's one thing we do agree on, is we are all Dolphin fans. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Talk Fins Talk. I'm Steve Malloy, and joining me as always tonight is Rob Mosley, aka Dolphin Thirsty. How's it going, Rob?
Doing well here in South Florida. Doing well. Looking forward to the game this week against the Panthers. Should be fun. Going to get to meet some of the other Fins Talk Sports Network people, so it's going to be fun to meet them in person for the first time because I've been talking to them for over a year on here, so it'd be nice to actually meet some of them in person. So looking forward to that. And of course, Dolphins Thirsty is where you can find me on any of the DolphinThirsty.com, Dolphin Thirsty on YouTube, Dolphin Thirsty on Facebook, Instagram, and Dolphin Twitter on Twitter. Drop the S, but I'm still super on Twitter. So anyway, how are you in Texas?
I'm doing good, man. We're here another day of Real Talk Fins Talk. Dolphins, they don't come back home. They've been home. They won at home this week. They beat the New York Giants, 31 to 16. So I'm real happy. And just looking forward to this game this week with the Carolina Panthers. And I'm a little jealous because you will be meeting a lot of the Fins Talk Sports Network crew down there in South Florida.
Yes, I will.
And this guy right here, Bearded Fanatic, I think you might even have an opportunity to meet him. I know Bobby was talking about they're anxious to meet Bearded Fanatic, Manny from the Battered Fins
cool.
Fan. So make sure you all catch Battered Fins Fan as well, their show. But let's move on, Rob. Let's talk a little bit about the good, the bad, the ugly of the game and this past week, and then the upcoming game. But first, before we get started, I want to make sure everybody hits that like button. Subscribe, share with your friends, your families, your neighbors. We appreciate that. Also, I want to remind everybody we are on Spotify now as well, after the show, that is. And then also, we do have super chats, so if all of you are inclined to support the channel, kind of keep the lights going on here, we'd appreciate that as well if you feel like donating to the channel as well. Also, remember, we may not always agree everything Dolphins, but there's one thing we can agree on. We are all Dolphins. All right. So, Rob, give me your take. What do you think was what did you like about the game this week, and what didn't you like?
Well, what I like, of course, it's the bottom line. The Dolphins won. They got a much needed W coming off the Buffalo game, so they got back on the winning side of football. So obviously, that's good and good to see. I know they were playing a banged up Giants offense, but good to see the defense wake up a little bit. Maybe that would give them a little mojo and get some confidence. And of course, the one negative is it came out after that A-Chan is hurt. So I wish him, because he's so much fun to watch. He seems like a really cool person. You got to meet him in person.
I did.
Seems like a good young guy. It stinks that he's hurt. Hoping for a speedy recovery, not just from a, of course, fan standpoint, but for his own well-being. He can only do what he can do while he's playing. Sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off there. But anyway, so yeah, you can only, say the only negative is that A-Chan got hurt. So
yeah,
and
yeah, for sure.
I've got klutzy fingers. I can't hit decline while I'm talking. I'm trying here to be discreet, but it's not hitting. But anyway,
Yeah, it is a bit disappointing. I really like the young man, and he's been a star for our team. Let's face it. Possibly he was up for the Rookie of the Year nomination, and the guy's just an outstanding runner. He has good patience, good vision. He's going to be missed, surely going to be missed. But on the good side of that is we do have Jeff Wilson coming off of IR, so he's coming back, and I believe he will, you know, get a chance to play with us again. You remember, people might forget, but he was our first, our well, whether a starting running back for us, along with Raheem Mostert, and he's a thumper, and he's a good runner. He's a good runner as well. So we do, thank God, we do have some depth in the backfield, and also we might get to see a little bit of Chris Brooks actually running the ball. I know last game he was making some really good blocks and playing on the offense. So I'm really happy to that we do have the depth on the running back. I know we were concerned about that during the off season, and but you know, but right now I'm happy with the running back room is, and I don't think we're going to miss a beat. To be quite frank with
No,
you,
I think
especially.
we
Mhm,
well,
go
it
ahead.
makes a little bit of a beat maybe
A
because
little bit,
HN
yeah, a
is
little bit,
special, man. That kid
for
can take it
sure,
to the
for sure,
house, and it's just wonderful.
for
But
sure.
yeah, we'll be fine. And then Evan likes us. That was funny. Him in the face that McDaniel made when he gave you the little to them. He goes, "Yeah, our goal was to be the fifth, leading the league in yardage record after the fifth week." So it was funny, good humor from our coach.
Yeah, for
And yes,
sure.
Evan, Zach Thomas will be honored at halftime. So anyway, it's all cool, man. Like I said, man, looking forward to this week. Last week we got a W against a team we should beat. This week we need to get a W against a team you should beat. That's what good teams do. Beat the teams you should beat. You can only play who's on the schedule, and this week the Panthers are on the schedule. We all know who looms on that next Sunday night football, but this week the Dolphins are 100% focused on beating the Carolina Panthers. So let's keep that ball rolling.
Yeah, and I think it's a good point too. What you said, we're ready to play the Carolina Panthers and everything, and you're right. But Miami, this is a game that Miami has to come in there, with their game face on, and they've got to take it to the Carolina Panthers. They can't let the Carolina Panthers think they have a chance of even, getting close to winning this game. And the reason why I say that is because their next game, not wanting to jump to the next game, but gotta say it, they're playing the Philadelphia Eagles in
Are
Philly. So you've got to come back. You got to play this game. You have to dominate this game. You got to give this game everything you can. You've got to, you got to have a balanced attack. You need to start which we do. You need to start running that ball a little, more. You need to throw the ball around to all your receivers, and you cannot make any mistakes. The Miami Dolphins, this last game, they had 6 penalties. You have 6 penalties, and they had 2 interceptions and a fumble. If you do that against the Philadelphia Eagles next week after this game,
yeah.
you're not going to win that game.
No,
You're
I
not
know,
even
of
going to come
course.
close.
No, guys, I have that serious look because I have attention deficit disorder. If I don't listen to Steve, I have to have that serious look, or I'd be thinking, "Oh, I wonder what I'm gonna have snack after this game." So I got to make sure I concentrate on Steve's wisdom. And bearded fanatic Manny, I have answered you now. I hardly ever look at Twitter other than like once in a while to post something that I'm coming up on a show. But now I answered you over there. Hey, Ray Finkel. And of course, Evan, it's great to see you, Evan. And I'll be meeting you in person this week. So that's even a bigger bonus. Looking forward to it.
You had to
So,
rub it in, didn't you, Rob?
Yeah. Hey, he,
You
you
had
know,
to rub it in, didn't you?
it's okay, Steve. Hey, if I had my private jet ready to, but I have him doing other things, so he can't get you this week,
I
so
hear you.
I can't have
I
my
hear you.
pilot go pick you up.
Yeah, I hear
Oh,
you.
man. But anyway.
But getting back
Oh,
to the game, yeah,
uh,
they've got to give it
thank
their
you,
best
Mr.
this year,
Bearded.
man.
Thank you, Mr. Beard. He just gave 199 through the super chat, the
Oh, well,
super
thank you,
duper.
sir. Appreciate that.
Just
Thank
like
you.
Mark Duper, he is super.
Yeah,
All that thing.
yeah. But getting back to the game, yeah, we definitely got to put our game faces on, and we can't take this game lightly, which I know they're not. But we've got to really pour it on, the Carolina Panthers. Look, the Carolina Panthers, are they a bad team? Yeah, probably worse than the Giants. But the bottom line is we can't come in there thinking we're just going to, take them by, uh, take them by the collar of their shirts and just throw them around. They're going to come in there, they're going to play, and they're going to play hard against us. We know we're a target now. We're probably the best team in the NFL right now. So teams are going to come in here and they're going to give us 110, 120%. So that's all I'm saying. The Dolphins have to come in prepared and just, run that ball down their throat and just beat them down. Because the next game we play, we are going to be the Chihuahuas going in to play the Pit Bulls in Philly.
Hey, the
So
Chihuahua can have a mean bite
they
sometimes. They can
can.
be
They
snippy
can.
and they can shock that pit bull. So but I understand,
Absolutely.
yes, we're gonna be the underdogs after being double
Yes.
digit favorites the past 2 weeks. And
Yes.
now we're gonna be underdogs. But like you say, it's one game at a time. Let's beat the
Mhm.
Panthers this game because if we lose this, it's gonna really stink going into Philadelphia. And then we're all gonna be
Man,
here goes
yeah.
the Dolphins. So
Yeah.
let's just beat the Panthers this week. Have a fun week, get that victory, go into Philadelphia 5-1, and give our best to them because I don't feel like the Dolphins gave their best to Buffalo, and it's just kind of wheels kind of fell off. Buffalo was playing well, but as it shows in the NFL week, 1 week later they went and lost to a good Jacksonville team. I don't know why people on social media were saying that Jacksonville is like, oh, they lost to Jackson. Jacksonville's a good team. Jacksonville won a playoff game last year. We sure as hell
Exactly.
can't say we as Dolphin fans can't say that. So I don't know where losing to Jacksonville is like losing to a bad team. I don't get it. But other than that, we're right back on top of the AFC East. It's our job now to hold it. We are in the driver's seat. Let's hold it. In the past years, we've squandered the league and we're just in the hunt. Let's hold on to the AFC East this year. That's what I want.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure, for sure. And then the good that came out of the game, I know we talked about, A Chain getting hurt and all that. Uh, we had 524 yards, total yards.
Yeah.
We had 222 rushing yards and 302 passing yards. So, I mean, we completely dominated the game. Um, Now, can we expect that every week? Probably not. I think eventually, as the season goes on, and things happen. I hate to say it, but maybe injuries happen and things like that. Teams start getting the gel and starting to play better. Of course, we're going to be playing better as too. But what I'm saying is, it might get a little more competitive. Teams are going to have our number by the mid-season. They're going to have more sample size and film.
You don't
So
know that, Steve. Let's be positive,
no,
Steve.
no,
Let's
I'm being
be.
positive. I'm being positive. I'm just saying they
I
are.
know. I'm just teasing you.
So we what I'm saying is we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's every week.
Well, you always do.
Every
I,
week.
I find that you have to every. I mean, let's face it. The past 2 seasons, the Miami Dolphins had losing streaks of 5 games and 7 games. Last year, 5. Year before that, 7 games. You can't have like that. You need your closure, and you need your ace in baseball. They always say so. You lessen the losing streak as best as possible by having your stud like Pedro Martinez come in and shut down the losing streak. That's what you need. And that's what the Dolphins need to do. They can't be losing. They can't let one game. And that's why I was happy. They went and got their butt beat by Buffalo, but they bounced back against a Giants team. Yes, a beat up Giants team, but still a Giants team that was in the playoffs last year and has potential on there. And they took care of business. They didn't let the Buffalo loss linger and disturb them for the next week. They got that monkey off their back quick. They got back to winning ways, get back to winning this week, and then worry about Philadelphia on that Sunday night game.
And you made a good point, Rob. You made a good point. I want to follow up on that, piggyback on that. Is yes, the Giants were in the playoffs last year, and the thing is you and I were evaluating the schedule this year for the Miami Dolphins, and if you look at the schedule before the season started, we were like, "Whoa, man, they got a tough schedule." In fact, we supposedly have the toughest schedule, one of the second toughest schedule in football, I believe it was. But as the season progresses, teams that you thought were playoff teams the year prior have regressed.
Right, that's what, and I told you
So,
that. I remember you, me and
yeah,
you said it. To me, I think
absolutely.
strength of a schedule to start the season is
Yep.
one of the most overrated things in the history of what fans do. And I know we all do
Yeah.
it. We all look for,
I
it's just the
did it.
other
I did it.
way. I know it's just one other way for the NFL to lure us in. Oh, it's going to be, there's the draft, there's schedule release day, there's this and this day, throughout. Oh, the date of free agency starting today. Oh, the draft is starting. Oh, schedule release. So, they know how to hook us in throughout the off season to keep us interested in their product. But that's the one thing I've always thought has been overrated, because, everyone looks at it and they're like, oh my God, it's tough, or oh, it's easy. But like you say, they don't take into account some teams are going to get worse, some teams are going to get better, and
Exactly.
you just don't know from one, and it's easy to sit there and say, and the off season, how do you know how healthy they're going to be at week 14 of the NFL season after a grind, and who's going to be there on your team and who's not going to be there on their team? You don't know that. So that's why it's fun, but it's useless. It's just something to pass time in the off season. We all do shows about it. It's fun. It's great. We all get a laugh, and but at the end of the day, I always say strength of schedule means nothing. You know, Unless you're a
Yeah.
college football team that's trying to get the playoff spot or something, strength of schedule means nothing. Especially going in there, especially before the season.
Yeah.
It's crazy talk.
And Ray
I,
Ray Ray Finkel has a good question. Or any trade rumors? No, I haven't heard any trade rumors. Have you, Rob?
no, nothing,
But
nothing too serious at all.
at least not for the Dolphins. But here's a rumor I'm going to start. Uh, I would love for the Dolphins. And I know folks are gonna get on me about this, but I think we need to move away from Ogba. I think Ogba would be a good, maybe shopping him
I don't think they have a lot of people mad at that, but he is playing
or
okay.
yeah, he's playing okay, but still not playing to the caliber I like to see him play. Same with Chubb, right? But Chubb we're stuck with. But here's the thing, too. If you notice this past week against the New York Giants, now I don't know if it was out of necessity or what, they played Cedric Wilson.
Yes.
Now, Cedric Wilson, you haven't heard from this dude all
I
year,
think you
right?
got this from the Dolphin Thirsty Monday morning show. My
I
gosh.
probably did. I probably did.
That was my reasoning. So hey, but it's all good,
I probably
We
did,
all
right?
share here in Miami Dolphin
So,
land.
so the thing is we played him. He had a decent game. Hey, maybe they're putting him out there on the market. Say, hey, look, he's decent. Maybe they'll get a sixth, seventh round pick for him. Something.
Yeah. So do
Maybe to
you
move off.
think Claypool's on the active roster this game coming up?
Do I think that?
Yeah. Even if he
Um,
doesn't get much action, but is he on
he
that
he
on
might be
the in?
he might be on the active roster, but how much play time he gets, that's the question.
I think
Maybe he comes in there like Brooks, and is in there for specifically some blocking because he is a big not tight end.
Yeah,
He's a big wide receiver, and I know we're missing Chris. I was gonna say
River
what's his name?
Craycraft.
River Craycraft. Yeah, River Craycraft. I know we're missing him. He was our best receiving blocking,
Yeah, supposedly this guy
receiver.
can block.
So
I'm here,
yeah.
but for the guys that watch the All 22, everyone's raving about the blocking of the young tight end we have, Julian Hill.
Oh yeah,
They're saying,
Julian Hill. Yeah, Julian Hill has been very well. He's been playing very well in that position. In the blocking aspect of the game for sure. I think we're gonna see him get a little more involved as the season progresses as well. As far as getting some passes thrown to him his way. I think they're like they did with A Chain. They broke him in that one game, and then you saw him, a little more frequently the last 3-4 games of the season. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
think they're breaking him in. The guy that I want to see is I want to see Cam Smith, man, on the field. This would be a great game for Cam Smith and
Oh,
Chris
I'm with you
Brooks.
100% there,
Yeah,
Steve. And that's
yeah.
such a good opinion. Remember to give a thumbs up to the show. That's such a good thought. That's so awesome. But yes, I agree. I think Cam Smith should play. This is a game, like you said, to get him some, I don't want to say a tough, to get him some under fire there. I won't say under
Yeah.
gunfire. I just said under gunfire. But get him, throw him to the fire a little bit and see how he's performed, especially if you get a lead. Put him out there on their best receivers. I want
Yeah.
Needham back, and his 21-day window is open. I think today is like day
Well,
7 of
here's
the
what I
window.
think. Here's what I think about Needham. Okay, I like Needham. He's a good player for us. I think he lost his spot to Sean Elliott. The way Deshaun Elliott is playing now, Needham's not going to get a lot of play time. At least not in the beginning. I know Omar Kelly was talking about Nick Needham and some of the injuries he was going over, and Nick Needham was one, and he was saying Nick Needham doesn't look 100%.
But
It's
then
okay.
his 21-day window may open, and
Yeah, I mean,
but
now
yeah,
that
that's
doesn't
what I
that doesn't
agree, Evan. He's going to be in the slot. That's what I think too, Evan.
Yeah,
That's
well,
for
where are you going to put Kader Kohu then?
Oh, yeah, I know, but I mean, you can mix it because you're in the dime. I mean, half the time you got 5 defensive backs out there and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can mix them in.
Eh,
So
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'd love to see Needham get back to where he was, but I just don't think he is. Just like Brandon Jones, he's not back 100%. It's one thing to run straight and fast, but it's another thing when you gotta back up and you gotta make moves and cuts and
oh, I
everything
like that,
else.
Steve. You should get up and demonstrate your elusive moves.
I
I
can
like
do
it.
that. No, I'm only kidding.
I like it. It's
But
looking sharp, man.
yeah, no, but
So
you
but
really
hey,
it's a different story. The
oh, of
same
course. I mean, that's
thing
the same thing for Ramsey coming back when
same
he
thing
comes
for
back.
Ramsey. They say,
Yeah,
"Oh, he was running down the hall in a tunnel or whatever." It's one thing to run down the hall, run down a tunnel, and it's another thing when you got to make all these moves and cuts and turn around and all this kind of stuff and getting hit. And number one, Ramsey they haven't even given clearance to even get on the treadmill yet. So let's back off, I know every football player wants to come back, early. Hey, Aaron Rodgers was talking about coming back early. Is he?
I don't
No,
know. Hey,
you
Evan,
know?
I'm going to speak on Commander Steve. I'm going to make a game time decision. Evan, if you're welcome to come give your 2 cents, you know how to get in here if you want to come in and give your
Oh,
2 cents
absolutely.
if you're
Absolutely.
able to. But he's just pointing out the fact, Evan, that we don't know how some of these players are. I want them all to come back too, but
Yeah,
to
I'm yeah.
expect them to, you know, just come back 100% is a little bit unrealistic. But that's why I do believe with Evan, try to get them back sooner than later so you can get them
Of
come
course, of
them back.
course,
You
of
get
course.
Robert Jones and Needham. Their 21 days windows open. They're 7 days into their 21-day window. If they don't come back in that 21 days, they're gone for the season. So,
Now that's another guy I'd like to see come back. Robert Jones.
right.
I think he definitely would. I'd like to see him in there as opposed to Liam Eichenberg. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I'd love to see Robert Jones come back. I like him.
Yeah, I
I
know.
like Robert Jones.
That didn't get enough play time, the 20-yard punt. That was awful. It was like, and I kept on seeing the referee walk up the sideline. I'm like, oh my God, when's he going to stop? I go, oh. I was thinking he was going to walk past the punter, that he had done some backwards punt or something. I was like, gee whiz, the guy that marks the ball. I kept on going. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, X performance, I would say a C, at right now.
Well, I know some folks have saying he's playing well, and for the most part he is, but the thing with X is they haven't thrown the ball to him a lot
No, I know that's true.
on his
It's just he
side.
happened to
So
get beat on a couple plays that stick out in my mind, but that was
yeah.
after the quarterback scrambled and bought extra time, so I'm not going to hold it. So yeah, maybe a C plus B. I was kind of grading him from his previous standards, where he's
Right.
making big game changing plays a lot and stuff
Hmm.
like that. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, it's too small of a sample size to really say how how he's playing, only because he hasn't been thrown to a lot,
Yeah.
especially the Buffalo game. Um, but let's go back to the Panthers, Rob. We play the Panthers this week at home. They just come off a loss. They lost to the Detroit Lions 42-24. And as I said earlier in the program, they are injured. They have a lot of injuries on the O line, D line. They're just injured on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
Um, and they also had 7 penalties the last game against the Detroit Lions. So the Panthers are making a lot of errors as well. And they also Bryce Young got intercepted twice during that Detroit Lions game.
Yeah.
So there was some turnovers and some penalties that put him back.
There's no questioning that the Dolphins should beat them. What's the last? When I don't follow point spreads, but I heard on the radio they were
Mhm.
14-point favorites. I don't know if it's moved up. Evan's always on top of that. Evan, what's the
Well,
current point
well,
spread?
yeah. Look, I'm not going to give my prediction, but I will tell you this: I think the Miami Dolphins are going to beat them by at least 3 or 4 touchdowns.
All right, so you have them covering no matter what the point spread went up to.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely,
that's what
absolutely.
I'm saying. That's what you need to do. You just need to get the W. You don't need to be
Hmm.
sexy. You don't need to be this and that. Just get the W. Try to avoid injuries. I know that's impossible, but I thought we had mainly avoided injuries against the Giants, and we got the W. Only to find out like the next day that A-Chan, because I had seen him limp a little bit, but no one mentioned his injury. They said he was standing at the locker room talking to everyone. He never mentioned
Hmm.
the injury. But then the
Hmm.
next day, when they go see the day after, when they start seeing doctors, he told the team that his knee didn't feel 100% right, and
Hmm.
so and that's here we
And
are.
that's a good. That
Oh, it
was that.
actually went down, so people are bolting it because it was 14 yesterday when I saw, so
Yeah,
13
what
and a half.
but what
Last week it
that's
brought
a
up.
good thing as far as A Chain goes. That's a good thing. Usually a rookie's not going to mention anything like that. So I mean, that's good that he's looking out for his body, his health.
Yeah,
That's very rare. Um, Also, the Panthers, the only really weapons on the Panthers offense that I see is Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen, remember him? He played with the
and the
Minnesota
Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah,
He's their best receiver right now. He's their go-to guy right now. And also their running back is Chuba Hubbard. Um, he's their go-to running back. He's been shown the most. Miles Sanders, who was played with Philadelphia last year, he hasn't been playing up the snuff. He hasn't been playing well, of course, with the O line he has. Um, but in Philly, he had the Philadelphia O line, so he looked okay. They also have the tight end who hasn't been used much this year for some unknown reason, especially with a rookie quarterback and Bryce Young. They have Hayden Hurst, who used to play with Cincinnati.
yeah, he's a tight
So,
ends killed the Dolphins, so
and
that
that's the
scares me a
thing.
little bit.
That's
But
that's the only one that I'm concerned with. Which was last week we played against Waller, and Waller did a number on us. I mean, he ran all over us and caught a bunch of passes. He's a very physical, tight end, but plays like a wide receiver, but very physical. Um, that's the only guy that really
yep,
I am fearing on the Carolina Panthers team
yep,
is Hayden Hurst, the tight end, because tight ends do. But is that going to be enough
no.
to score a bunch of points?
Oh,
No, you
Miami
know,
should win. I mean,
yeah,
we don't mean I don't have a shoe next to me right now because my studio is my son's room actually. So,
right.
and yes, my feet are barefoot right now, but you don't want to see that. But anyway, all I know is I always wait for the other shoe to drop. You've known me in the year. I never want to say the Dolphins. Oh, I'm looking forward. But going into the
Hmm.
Giants game, I was saying the Dolphins were going to win, and I was
Hmm.
actually looking past saying the Dolphins. There's no way, no reason that I can think of from a football standpoint, except for a UFO coming right before the game and sucking up the best players on the Miami Dolphins and taking them away. Should the Panthers beat the Dolphins. And that's what I was saying for the Giants. And they took care of business against the Giants. They got to go take care of business, now against the Panthers. Simple as that. They're the better team. There's no reason. Don't have a Mario Cristobal moment where if you do have a lead that you just barely eked out a win and take that berry. Don't try to pound the ball and fumble the damn ball away. Just be smart. Do what you have to do. If both teams play their best, the Dolphins are going to blow them out. It would have to be the Dolphins playing awful, the Panthers playing their best. And can that happen on any given Sunday? Heck, they made a movie of it. So, yes, it can happen. So just stay focused because next week's going to be a national televised game for the whole world to see. And you know that in the back of your head. You just got to go out there, maintain focus, get stat healthy. Go out, have fun, play football, get that W, and we're good.
And let me ask you this, Rob. If we have a big lead, let's say 2-3 touchdown, let's say 3 touchdown, 4 touchdown lead, do you think the Miami Dolphins should say rest Tua in the starters?
Oh, like they did against Denver. I was for that. They did. They rested them the
Mm-hmm.
whole fourth quarter. Yes, by all means. Even though Evan coming all the way down from Montreal, a city I've been to several times. Beautiful city. He's coming all the way down here to see the game. But yes, rest Tua. Evan would be happy if Tua's resting at the end of the game. Not because of any other reason, but because he's resting at the end of the game, joking on the sidelines, talking like they did last game. That's what we would be there.
Yeah, no, I agree. We need to rest him if that's the case. So I'm looking forward to this game. I know you're looking forward to it, Rob. You're going to be there at the game again. You're going to meet some of the Fins Talk Sports Network gang down there. So I'm a little jealous. But
I know.
no,
Hey, I would buy you a ticket like Evans, but I can't buy you an airline ticket.
Nah, man, no.
Yeah, there's
But,
actually still tickets in my section. I don't know about my row, but I'm in the 350 for this game. So, and I saw there were still tickets in that section up there. So,
yeah.
But like I say, it should be fun. Yes, it's a fan club weekend. Evan, send your private jet. Maybe your pilot's ready. Send your private jet after he drops you off.
So, are you guys going to meet up at Bow Campers down there?
Yeah, probably. I'm hoping to meet up before that because things happen, and now my college son, he's realizing now he's talking about wanting to come to the game. So I don't know. He says he may come down from Gainesville to go to the game. So I'm going to wonder if because he says if he drives down Friday after class, stays Saturday, and then his Monday stuff he said he's well ahead of, and he can just drive back to Gainesville on Monday and he would be fine. So I said, hey, I would love to have you. You're more than welcome. And whatever. So I might want to make sure I get with Evan sometime before that because once my son's here, who knows, if I'm going to be able to drag him. I would have hoped to drag one of them to Bowl Campers.
Well, did you see what Evan just posted?
Yeah, we have a plan on Thursday. I will be there, sir, if in all most likely in all the world. But if that happened to me in 2021, I never want to predict the future again. So I will be there if all goes according to plan. I will be there, but it should be fun, man. I can't wait for it. What time is it, Evan? What time are you going to be at Bowl Campers? I haven't even gotten on all this. Like I told Manny, I'm very seldom on social media much, other than right after the game just to see Dolphin fans' reaction. Oh yeah, get to the game early. Yeah, that's the plan. I was talking about if you're going to Bowl Campers, what time are you going to be there? So. No, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. So
I'm not getting.
Okay.
So I said that he said it starts at 3.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'll be there and whatever. That's weird because the Bowl Campers near my house went out of business, but that one's still open, so it'd be good to go see that one. So 3 to 7:30. Thank you, Mr. Evan. There you go.
Good stuff.
I should be there. It should be fun. Bobby and. Okay, cool. Yeah, that should be fun. And hopefully if we're all talking before a nice big Dolphins win and it's gonna be awesome.
Absolutely. Should be. Should be a Dolphins win.
No, it should be. We should be. And last year I went in and been that even when we were 8-3 last year, I wasn't that confident. And then look what happened. This year I'm a little confident, which scares me because I'm normally the guy that waits for the other shoe,
I
but this
I
team
know
just
what you mean.
yeah, this team just gives me a little bit of a hey Moya, if you're just getting in here, make sure you throw a Gamarino laser pass at that thumbs up, what I like to call thumbs up button for us, Moya, because I already know you subscribe. You're in here pretty often.
Crazy
Hey,
Dolphins in here.
crazy
Moya's in here.
Dolphin, another
Appreciate
guy
all of
that
you.
comes to
Evan,
my
appreciate
channel
you as
pretty
well.
often. Another guy that shows up to
Saw
Dolphin
Duke is in
Thirsty.
here as well.
He's on Finn's tailgate a lot. He gets around that crazy Dolphin. So we will take a picture in front of the team store and superimpose Steve into the photo. There you go. There you go, Steve. You're gonna have to send a photo of you, and then we can put it in there that you're like standing next to us.
All right,
You can
cool.
put your arm like this and make it look like it's over my shoulder.
All right, that sounds good. Are you gonna enlarge the photo, make me look like a giant?
Yes, we're gonna make you like 6'8" instead of
Yeah,
5'8".
instead of 5'8". Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all good. So we're gonna make you tower over Evan.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right,
Oh
guys.
man.
Appreciate y'all for joining us tonight. Crazy Dolphin, thank you. Evan, Moya, Duke, everybody that joined in the chat. Make sure as you're leaving tonight out of the chat, make sure you hit that like button one more time in case you forgot the first time.
And make sure you don't hit it twice because you would take away the thumbs up.
Yeah,
Steve.
don't hit it twice. Don't hit it twice. I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for that.
All right,
correction.
I'm just teasing.
But if you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like
man.
button. I appreciate it if you do that. And please, if you're new to the channel, I see we have new attitude in here. I don't know if you're new to the channel. I appreciate if you would subscribe. If you like the content and what's coming out.
Well,
and
you
also
still look short next to Big E if you meet him at Bow Campers.
Oh, I bet.
Big E would tower over you at 6'3". I know I'm 5'7", 5'8", like Steve's range, and I met Big E in person at a softball game. He is really the Big E. He is like 6'8". So it's crazy.
Yeah. Again, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you for joining us tonight. And don't forget, again, to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, your families, your neighbors. Let everybody know about the Fins Talk Sports Network and Real Talk Fins Talk and all the other shows that are on the Fins Talk Sports Network. And don't forget, Dolphin Thirsty as well, his channel, and dolphinthirsty.com.
I'll be on 10 a.m. running solo by myself tomorrow morning. If any of you guys help me and be in there, because Steve's busy in the morning, Justin's busy in the morning, so I'm running solo 10 a.m. on this same bat channel, but the Dolphin Thirsty version of this bat channel on YouTube. So it's all should be fun. Let me get to a couple of comments before we close out.
Absolutely,
Steve.
absolutely.
Hey, Kimberly. Oh, there's a whole bunch of letters. Never mind. Kimberly, Evan, Fins up. All you guys. That's it. Okay, Steve. Wait, let me get to the closeout video here, and we can do our patent pending closing here. So just let me find out. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Remember, guys, Dolphins number
number
one, baby!
Dolphins